Busting Indy Myths Part 15. We are busting Indy Myths on the daily, on the weekly, monthly and yearly until these Scot Nats see clearly. That's what we're about doing. And today we're going to address the oft-heard myth that Britain leaving the EU is justification for another separation referendum because it represented a quote-unquote unexpected material change in circumstances, close quote, which was somehow not known about prior to the September 2014 referendum. However, the reality, as we are about to show, is that Scotland voted to stay in the UK in full knowledge of the fact that there was a possibility that we might leave the EU in the future. We can demonstrate that the possibility of leaving the EU was not an unexpected thing in 2014. It was fully known about, and it was fully expected that there was going to be a referendum on membership, and everybody knew that there was a possibility that we would leave the EU. Everybody in Scotland went into the 2014 referendum knowing that was a possibility. Yet still, the majority of people in the biggest turnout in Scotland ever voted to stay in the UK. In fact, it was so well known about that both Alex Salmond and the official Yes campaign made regular and public mention of the fact that there was going to be an EU referendum and that we might be leaving the EU. Let's look, for example, how we were warned. Here's an article that appeared on the 20th of May 2014. Okay, that's 4 months before the September 2014 referendum. Salmond warns Brexit vote biggest threat to Scotland's EU membership. Scottish nationalist leader Alex Salmond said on Tuesday that the biggest threat to Scotland staying in the European Union was British Prime Minister David Cameron's pledge to hold an in-out referendum on membership by 2017. And that was a Reuters article which appeared on the 20th of May 2014. Going into Alex Salmond warning, in his view, that that was a threat to Scotland's EU membership. Not only that, but of course we'll remember that Alex Salmond, in cooperation with the British government, created this doorstopper called fraudulent costs. Although they named it after an exact anagram of fraudulent costs, which is Scotland's future. However, we prefer the original name, fraudulent costs, which is how we always refer to it, even though this British government, i.e. British taxpayer-funded SNP white paper, called it Scotland's future. And here on page 460 and 461, paragraph 266. What impact will the Conservative Party proposal to have a UK referendum on EU membership have? And this is the Yes campaign, Alex Salmond / SNP speaking. It is the view of the current Scottish government that the only real risk to Scotland's membership of the EU is the referendum proposed by the Prime Minister. The Scottish administration does not wish Scotland to leave the EU and does not support the Prime Minister's plans to hold an in-out referendum on EU membership. Very clear there, they knew there was plans to hold a referendum. And then they go on, following a vote for independence, Scotland will become an independent EU member state, blah, blah, blah. However, if we do not become independent, we risk being taken out of the EU against our will. There it is in black and white in Fraudulent Costs, also known as Scotland's Future, which was created by the SNP in collaboration with the British government and courtesy of the British taxpayers' money. So they were making it plain that they knew there was going to be an in-out referendum, and that if Brexit happened, Scotland would have to be obviously taken out the EU. Everybody knew this. Everybody knew that a vote to stay in the UK meant that there would be a referendum on EU membership, and that there was a possibility that Britain would leave the EU. Everybody knew it. Alex Salmond knew it. The SNP knew it. The civil service knew it. Everybody said it. Everybody expected it. And of course, the vote happened and Brexit happened. So it was not an unknown circumstance. It was not an unexpected thing. It was certainly not a quote-unquote material change in circumstance. So there is absolutely no justification. There's absolutely no honest reason for the SNP to claim that that represented, quote-unquote, a material change in circumstances. Just more nonsense from the SNP Greens to try to baffle people who don't remember these things and who don't have the detailed files that we have got here. Thus endeth Busting Indy Myths, Part 15.